What up, though? This is Knockouts in 3 Counts. But before we bring you another episode of Podcast Gold, let me tell you about the homies over at Michigan's Finest. Do you ever find yourself trying to get yourself together and thinking, man, this is going to be a great night, but I'm looking for that little extra something? Well, check out our friends at Michigan Finest. If you are into medical marijuana, recreational marijuana, concentrates, vapes, anything of that sort, Michigan's Finest has got you covered. And as you can see here, it's all easily done by their website. It's all curbside, and you'll be in and out in 2 minutes. And they're family owned and operated, so customer service is their number one goal. And now, since they are rocking with Knockouts in 3 Counts, use the code KO3MF. Yes, that's KO3MF. You get 10% off your entire order, but that does exclude featured items and items that are already on sale. But if you use that code, you're getting 10% off your items, and I promise you, either if you're looking for that big knockout or you're ready to hit the sheets for that 3 count, Michigan's Finest will get you together. Tell them Knockouts in 3 Counts sent you, and I promise you, you're going to be having a great night. Peace.
This is the Ring of Honor, a.k.a. Shane T, boy, the baddest champion you ever seen, boy.
This is Mr. Anderson.
This is good old JR Jim Ross, and you are listening.
You're listening to Knockouts in 3 Counts.
We got a new world champion! That might be one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen in my life.
Knockouts in 3 Counts is the podcast, baby. It's the real deal, baby.
Knockouts in 3 Counts starts now.
Ooh, what up, though? It is another Thursday. It is Knockouts in 3 Counts, and I didn't die from slinging the mail, so we are here for another episode of Podcast Gold. And man, do we got a lot to talk about? You know, it's fight week for me with Lights Out MMA going down this Saturday, November 12th, down here in Dearborn Heights at Hype Athletic Center. But you know, our guest tonight is going to be knuckling up on November 19th. Bare knuckle style with BYB Extreme. We've got Toby Too Quick, man. How you doing, brother, man?
What's up? What's up? I'm doing great. Just got off work. So even
the grind don't stop, man. It looks like
it don't. Straight from work to daddy duties to training.
It is. Blessing us with your presence.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that this dude's doing interviews to try to help promote what he's got going down, he already knows what time it is, man. Like, let me know about that, dude. Like, how does, being on daddy duty and having all the extra responsibilities that come with being a dad and all that good stuff, how is that with your training, and is it just another day in the office at this point?
Honestly, I've been actually enjoying it. I take my son, he's 2 years old, on runs. I throw him in a stroller. He loves to run, and he actually forces me to go. I have a gym at my house, and he actually forces me to go downstairs to work out because he wants to be down there. So I mean, I enjoy it. Getting my family there, being there while I'm working out. You can't beat that. There's fighters that leave, stay away from their families, and I couldn't do that. I'm a family man, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's always an awesome thing too when your little ones, when they take interest in the same things that you do and start to, like you say, kind of drag you into even doing the things that you like to do. But it's like, when they start to show that type of interest, it's like, oh, okay, come on, let's go do it then. I guess
I try to keep him away from it, but I guess I can't help it. He just wants to do it.
He's a natural, man.
Yeah,
had to.
It's crazy. He picks up on a lot of stuff, so it kind of motivates me. It makes me push harder.
Pepsi's getting a lot of play right now on this. This is crazy.
I mean, you got a Pepsi, I got a Pepsi. Where's the sponsorship at? Yeah, I will have a Pepsi every night on this bitch in my twisted tumbler.
I've been working for Pepsi almost 10 years, and I've been asking them for sponsor, and I nothing.
Hey,
all right, so that begs the question though. So since you work for Pepsi though, Pepsi or Coke?
There's certain stuff I like from Coke, and there's certain stuff I like energy drink wise. I like the Monster better than we have Rockstar, so that kind of stuff I like better. Yeah,
I ain't mad at it. What up though, Donald? Hey, Donald in here like every week. wait for the weekly fuck GCW, which I'm sure is coming at some point. But talking about Pepsi versus Coke, you coming from the world of MMA and now are crossing over into bare knuckle and all this kind of stuff. Tell me a little bit about that. What made bare knuckle a move that you wanted to make when it comes to the fight world, being that you were fighting in big promotions like Bellator just 2 years ago?
Well, what made me fully decide to go bare knuckle was I tore my MCL, so I was out with a knee injury, and I like to stand up. I like to just throw hands, and I always liked Mel. I was trying to fight for him when he was doing combates. So, and I seen he was matchmaking. I hit him up because I wanted to get back into fighting, and I wanted to test my knee out where I wouldn't have to worry about getting taken down or leg kicks. And he offered me that fight at the time, and that was like the best opportunity there was. And I was like, hey, why not? Let's go. And fighting bare knuckle is just like fighting down at the beach over here in Hawaii. So it didn't really, it didn't really bother me too much that it was gonna be bare knuckle. But that was my main thing, was just to get back into the groove without worrying about my knee at the time.
Yeah, that's a very understandable reason to make the transition for sure. I mean, if you're not able to train the wrestling and stuff like that and keep up with that aspect of the game, dealing with the knee injury and stuff, you might, and to your point, you're more focused on wanting to throw the hands anyway. And with the opportunities, the way they are in the current combat landscape, it seems like the bare knuckle thing's kind of really starting to take its footholds, with both BYB and bare knuckle BKFC.
It is.
Do you feel like with your MMA background, we know the new rules with bare knuckle that you can fight in a clinch a little bit and stuff like that. Do you like that aspect of it coming from MMA, and is it something that you feel is something that you'll have an advantage in?
I asked myself what the hell was I doing my first fight? Because we work a lot of clinching, a lot of dirty boxing. Prior to that, just regular MMA. That's what we're kind of known for, our gym. And when I went into that fight, it all like disappears. Like I didn't know how to clinch, I didn't know how to dirty box, and I was like, "What the hell?" I think it was just the aspect of that I'm doing bare knuckle. I didn't realize that I could do MMA moves in that fight, and stuff like that. And now that I got that out of the way, I'm gonna love it even more. And yeah, it should be fun now. Yeah, I look back at that fight and I was like, man, it looked like I didn't even know how to clinch. What the hell?
I know you said like the Hawaiian beach fight scene and stuff like that, it felt similar in that regard. But once you were actually in there, you kind of just said it yourself, where it was you weren't able to maybe implement some of the things that you wanted to and stuff because of the transition. Was it kind of like was it a big transition once you were actually in there?
Honestly, no, it wasn't. Once I got in there, I felt right at home. But I mean, I think being it was a new sport, my first time, and being a two-year layoff, I kind of got a little bit, I don't know, out of control. The first two rounds, I stuck to my game plan. After I got hit a few times, I think I went blank and just wanted to throw it on, and I lost composure, and I could have been from that 2-year layoff. But yeah, no, once I got in there, I felt pretty good.
So now that you're in BYB, the other thing that's really interesting with them, like, how do you feel about the ring? You're fighting in a triangle. That's like totally, totally different than, I've had a couple fights boxing and trained in a cage and things like that, but a triangle just seems like it'd be weird because if you get stuck in that top corner, man, it's gotta be a bitch to get out.
Yeah. When we first walked in for weigh-ins, I was like, holy shit, this is small. But when we got in there, it felt pretty big. But I like it. I loved it because if you watch my MMA fights, I kind of walk down people. I like to walk down people and control it. So I kind of enjoyed it because I wasn't the one really running. So there's no, yeah.
Yeah, less space to move around there, man.
Yeah.
I could imagine if you're the one trying to apply forward pressure in a fight like that, with the trigon, or however they word it, that it would definitely be the pressure fighter's advantage in that type of scenario.
Plus, I like to fight with angles, and I like to use angles a lot, so it didn't really bother me too much.
Yeah, it provides built-in angles because you push people against the ropes at all given times. So all you have to do is step off, step back, and you're already at a completely different angle, and there's no way that they can step off now because they're already against the ropes. It provides a ton of different technical aspects, I guess you could say.
And a totally different approach to the fight. You would think, that's like a whole different strategy coming into something like that.
Yeah, it is.
Well, my thing with that is, now that you're going into that, you mentioned with your training, I did my research and you're training over at the Penn spot over there. So tell me about that, man. Like having that Hawaiian background and that Hawaiian style that you guys are all known for, man, like that really lends well to bare knuckle. And tell me a little bit about how your training is helping you get ready for this fight.
So yeah, that's where I train MMA, and for the last fight, for my bare knuckle fight, I didn't strictly do hands. I was training a lot of MMA, a lot of gi as well during that fight camp. So this fight camp, I did not train no MMA, no jiu-jitsu, nothing, strictly on hands and at home, where I have everything I have to work for that I need. So this time around, training's been way better, focusing more on my hands and boxing, and I feel way more confident going into this fight. My brother is, training me again. He pushes me hard. So it's me and him, and then we get together. So it's some of the boys for the sparring at my house. We made a triangle as well. So training's been pretty good on this one.
I like you made a triangle yourself in the backyard, huh?
Yeah, right in my right in my basement.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I like it.
So,
well, how are you feeling on your matchup on this one with Julio Tanori? How are you feeling going into this fight?
I can't say much. There's no footage on him. Before they even posted the poster, I didn't know what he looked like at all. So I had no clue on who he was, what he looked like, what his fighting style is, or anything. And I actually feel better that way. I'm not worrying about what he has. What I can just focus on my game and play my game. I don't have to, think about what he's good at and worry about it during the fight.
Yeah, you hear a lot of fighters kind of go in it from one or two aspects. Even when there is plenty of footage on fighters and stuff, you'll hear, people at the top level of the game, they'll say, I'm not the one that watches footage. It's my coaches, and they relay what I should watch out for and what I need to improve on in my camp to build up to this fight. And it's kind of, one hand or the other, because you've seen definitely success in that regard, but it's fighting, right? So at the end of the day, if you're able to get ahead in the fight, whether it's because you've studied or not, or whether you're just able to implement your game, that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true. That plus too, if he's good at something, he can always switch it up, and I'll be lost in there.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's like anything. If you're, especially like any kind of sport, whether you're talking about basketball, football, whatever it is, like, if you're expecting somebody to do one thing and you're just so set on one thing, especially in today's game, it's not like back in the day where you could just be good at any one angle, either whether you're talking MMA or in this case in bare knuckle, because now everybody knows that you can fight in a clinch. Everybody knows that you can, utilize the clinch. It's not like when it first kind of came on the scene where everybody was like, oh shit, I can't fight in the clinch, or vice versa, where it's an MMA guy where maybe they're worried about fighting out in the open. So now that you guys have had a little bit of time, I feel like it's bare knuckle is starting to really blow up like that. How do you think bare knuckle is going to be in the next couple years as far as growing as a sport? Because I mean, I would have never thought from when I got into jiu-jitsu and boxing and stuff like that bare knuckle would be so prominent as it is now.
I mean, just look at in a short amount of time, they're blowing up. I mean, BYB just went to London. They have another show in Colorado next month. I feel like it's gonna take off even more as more people get used to it. I think the only downfall is, I don't know if it's just me or other fighters as well, is just I want to stay active, but it's kind of rough when the wear and tear on your knuckles. The recovery time is a little bit longer. So I mean, but I feel like it's gonna blow up. I wouldn't mind in the near future, BYB versus the BKFC one. That would be fun.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the big question: do we do it in a trigon, or are we doing it in a different type of ring, or how are we going to do that?
Or we doing it in a squared circle?
That's right. I don't know how they'll do that one.
Or will they implement new, different
something new? A diamond,
fighting the X-shaped ring.
Yeah, dude. You have like a double layered cage. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be like one of those double steel cage matches you see.
I was gonna say, like it reminds me of some shit out of TNA when they had the 6-sided ring. So with that being said, let's take it a little bit outside of fighting for a second, man. Were you ever a wrestling fan at all? Because we cover wrestling, boxing, MMA, all of it. So were you ever into the squared circle?
Yeah, I was. My favorite wrestler back in the day was Sting, actually. That wrestler, right? You talking about? Yeah. I used to be all into it for sure. And Sting was my favorite wrestler. So yeah, I was into it back then. I used to watch all of it.
Surfer Sting or Crow Sting?
The Crow.
Yeah.
Gotta be with the Crow. Yeah.
The Crow was a G.
As somebody who covers mostly the MMA side on the show, one thing I've been amazingly impressed with is Sting's return to wrestling. I don't know if you've seen any of this as of lately, but he's still out there kicking ass, man.
Oh, really? I haven't. I honestly haven't followed wrestling in a while. So.
Yeah,
that's where I came top of the scaffold, man.
When I came into the show roughly, I don't know, 2.5 years ago or whatever at this point, I was at the same ballpark. Like I had mentioned, jumped in as the MMA side due to the show. Have begin to at least roughly follow wrestling at this point. And that's one thing that truly amazes me, man. Is Sting is just out there really doing that shit still. He really is.
That's amazing. I gotta go check that out now.
Hey man, check out AEW. They're doing some things. Hey, and stay tuned if you guys are watching this from the wrestling, and you might be seeing some AEW stuff soon. With that being said, man, with Thanksgiving coming up, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to eating once you get out of fight camp?
Oh, so I'm just ready to eat. Usually I'm
good questions out here, bro.
Yeah. I'm usually suffering during Thanksgiving because I usually fight right after. But I wouldn't mind some stuffing and gravy, actually.
Yeah, that's me too, man. As long as I got a plate full of stuffing, man, that's all.
I like that stuffing with gravy and the pumpkin pie.
See, I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy, but I love some apple pie, dude. I love me some apple pie. I'll smash apple pie right quick. Yeah, dude. I don't know. We got all the apple orchards up here in Michigan, so we just took my nephew up there, man, and the hot donuts with the cinnamon and some apple cider, yo. I'm with it.
Yeah.
But I know you are trying to get in tip-top shape right now, so those are probably no-nos, but with that being said, I know you got to be checking out or at least keeping an eye on what's going down this weekend with UFC 281, dude. What are you thinking about these fights?
Oh, it's going to be some crazy fights. Very interesting. I might have to go to Style Bender, though, on this one. But I feel like I go in Style Bender, and I think Carla's going to lose her belt, but there's a lot of good fights. It's perfect for us. We get to watch some fights and scrap the week after. Get motivated.
Yeah.
And hopefully it should be a good card. Like on paper, it looks like it should really be a good card. Like clear down to like the prelims and all that. Because like so often you see a card that'll be like on paper, it looks like it's going to be badass, and then like some of the fights just don't end up being what you think it's going to be. But I mean, with the retirement of Frankie Edgar and all that, man, come on.
Yeah, with all that hype too, there's a lot of hype between fights, and then they don't show up. So it could be one of those exciting fights, or just 5 rounds of boring stand up.
I'm just interested in the opinion. You bring up the fact that Stylebender is going to get it done in the now rematch for the 3rd time going into this match, huh?
Yeah.
What do you guys
What do you think is going to be the difference, though? Do you think like the mental game that Pereira keeps talking about really is going to be a non-factor because of like the run that Izzy's been on in the UFC?
I don't think so. I think when I watch Alex fight, I think he's a little bit more like not as tight and crisp as Stylebender. And I think with the small gloves.
Oh dang!
He gone. There you
go. With the small glove, we got him. Oh.
Nope, he's muted.
Oh,
there he
is. There he is.
I went mute. I had a call.
Yep, he was good.
All good. All good.
Dad duty.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But you were saying with the small gloves, what do you think?
I feel like the Stylebender is gonna pick him apart more, be more slick, and more just more technical.
It definitely adds a huge aspect to the game when you switch up from the boxing style gloves to the MMA style gloves. It's definitely provides a whole lot of different angles and holes that are going to be in there. And for somebody like Stylebender, who's already known as a sniper, it definitely could make the difference.
And here's something that we're not talking about is the experience. This is his 25th MMA fight, man. MMA professional fight versus Pereira's what? Is it 6 or 7 or 8, something like that? 6? Yeah. That makes a difference, dude. That's a huge difference. And these guys are not the same fighters that they were years ago.
Yeah, no, they weren't for yeah.
I completely agree, and the championship experience is really the thing, because like if he wins this fight, he's gonna tie Anderson Silva for title defenses.
Yeah.
So
is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
If he wins this fight, he ties Anderson for most middleweight title defenses.
Wow, that's
because I think that's 10 already.
Wow.
Oh, wow,
that's
10
quick.
already. That's fast.
That's quick.
And that's the thing, like when you get to the point where you start making milestones like that, it's nuts. But I want to ask you about something that you mentioned with the Carla fight.
Yeah.
I can't say that you're wrong because, man, there's a good chance that Weili's going to come in there and like wreck shit. But what are your thoughts on this fight, for one? And two, like, what do you think about, did you hear about how bad she was getting booed at the press conference, man? Like, it was crazy. She's talking about keeping the belt in the U.S. and is getting booed in New York. Like, it's insane.
I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah, dude.
I maybe just her fighting style that they're booing. But I feel like Weili's her striking is way too powerful. She's strong. She's gonna stuff the takedowns, and I feel like she's just gonna pick her apart really on the feet.
Yeah, I think
that's what I feel.
This is one of them fights, right? Like, to your point, Kyle, how you had brought up the crowd booing her and stuff like that. This is one of those opportunities where if you want to win back the fighting fan community, go in there and beat somebody like Weili Zhang, who everybody thinks is the person that's going to just run through you. Mm-hmm. And if she's able to do anything in this fight and make it, truly competitive and even possibly come out with a split decision or get the victory or something along that line, it would be a huge victory. Not only, of course, retaining the belt and stuff would be a huge victory, but to be able to get a win over staggering competition, right? Like this fight kind of reminds me of the Aljamain Sterling versus Petraean 2, right? Where we had seen how, everybody thinks that it's just going to be a run through. Everybody does. It seems like almost unanimous across the board that Weili's going to go in there and become the, unanimous champ come Saturday. And I agree with that myself, given both fighters' fighting styles and stuff, and I feel Whaley's really hard to take down.
Yeah.
But don't sleep on Carla. She definitely got back into this position for a reason. You know, she had to win a lot in a row to even earn that title bout. So to get the actual title, even though it wasn't the most entertaining fashion, she still has a chance in this fight. Is all I wanted to spit out, basically.
Corey, let me ask you this though, dude. Does she have to win in some kind of highlight fashion to win the fans back, or can she just get by with a split or unanimous decision?
She's got to fight like she normally fights.
She's definitely got to fight her own game plan. I don't think go in there and try to switch things up. But if she's able to, yet again, going back to the whole Aljamain Sterling thing, if she's able to win a couple rounds with solid back control and do a little bit of damage from mount or something like that, if she's able to show that her wrestling is actually at that level, then no, I don't think she necessarily has to get a finish or something like that. But it's an uphill climb. That's for sure.
Can't argue that one, dude. But the fight that I think everybody is looking forward to, and I would say that you're probably going to be in the same boat as all of us. Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier is going to be a fucking banger, dude. How are you feeling about that fight?
That's going to be an insane fight, yeah, for sure. That's going to be a tough one. I might have to go Poirier though on that one. I feel like he's more of a dog in that fight, but I'm taking Poirier.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We had kind of given a light breakdown Tuesday, and same way I feel his boxing is a little more superior as long as he's able to control that range, which Michael Chandler is just really good at being able to deceive with the length of both his body, his hands, his arms, everything. He's such a short, stocky fighter, but yet he's able to get those punches out there at full extension and really connect on people. So I'm a huge Poirier fan. Like I had mentioned Tuesday, the hot sauces came in, by the way.
Boy. So hot sauce review coming soon, even if it kills my Crohn's disease, son of a bitch.
Yeah, boy, that I thought that Creole maple that he came out with was going to be on the lighter side. You think maple and hot sauce, and you're like, sounds good, sounds a little sweet. That shit kicked my ass. That shit is hot, boy. It is hot. I think it's hotter than the knockout edition, the other one that he came out with, which is supposed to be like the hot one with ghost peppers and shit in it. So, me, myself, I love some hot foods and all, but I think my favorite's still the OG Poirier's Louisiana style, because them other two, man, that's some spicy shit there.
Well, how about this? Any of you guys that know me know I don't fuck with hot sauce like that, although it's ironic that you brought up hot sauce, because I'll just bring this up real quick because it happens to be hot sauce. So today for Veterans Day at work, they had this big food truck, right? So I go and I get a hot dog and fries and all that shit before I go up to the window, because I had to work my off day, so I figured I might as well get some food while I'm at it. Well, I just saw the packets on the table and they're yelling at me to go back to work, and I didn't realize, oh shit, I just put hot sauce all over this thing and I got Crohn's disease. So I'm like, wow, today's going to be awesome. But luckily for me, the hot sauce wasn't really that hot. Otherwise, we might have been in trouble, boys. So it would have been a bad time. Buck slinging the mail, it would have been a really bad day for your boy.
If you're talking a taco truck and you're squeezing some hot sauce off one of those, now that could be hot.
It wasn't a taco truck, thank God.
Yeah. If you're talking just packets, man, that stuff's never. It's all vinegar. That ain't stuff.
Dude, you ain't lying. But before we get off of UFC 281, I got a couple other questions. I'll let you get out of here. We also got the retirement of Frankie Edgar. You training over at the Penn facility when you're fighting MMA and all that good stuff. What are your thoughts on Frankie, man? Him and BJ had some fucking bangers, dude. And I don't know how you can really be an MMA fan or like anything of the sort and not be a fan of Frankie Edgar, because not even just on a likable tip. Like, the guy gets in there and bangs. Like, I don't know how you could have a bad word to say.
You can't. I just wish he moved down to 35 a lot sooner in his career. He was fighting monsters and all different weight classes when he should have been at 35. I felt like if he went down to 35 sooner, he would have been. I think he could have been champ right now, still yet.
Yeah,
That's the only take I have on that.
Couldn't
Yeah,
agree.
you're
Couldn't agree more, dude.
How
If
old is he
35
right
was
now?
around then. Not sure. I'd have to look it up. But he's got to be about like 37, 38.
Okay, because I'm gonna look it up because I was for
But
some
dude,
reason I'm
the
thinking he
thing-
hit 40 already, but I don't know.
Well, dude, here's the thing though. Like exactly what he said. If 35 was a division when he was fighting, holy hell, would we have been having a different conversation? But even saying that, this dude was champ at 55 and was fighting monsters, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. Is this dude was champ at 55 when you had straight monsters in there. The wars that him and BJ had. Then he went down to 45 and did his thing there, and now he's at 35. I mean, Frankie's just a dog, dude. We got to hear kick in the door one more time, and hopefully
He's
he gets
41.
this dub, man.
41
Yeah,
years old.
shit, and I was giving him 4 years. Damn it.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a
Frank-
good career, though, man. Hopefully he goes out on his high horse, man.
Yeah, for
That's all I
sure,
wanna
for
see.
sure.
Yeah, Frankie the Legend, Edgar. Like I had mentioned Tuesday, man. I had mentioned when this matchup was first made, this Chris Gutierrez is a beast. For anybody watching that's unfamiliar with him, he's absolutely a monster. So this is definitely no gimme
Walk
fight.
through,
Yeah, I hope Frankie's able to walk out because Chris Gutierrez is nasty with them leg kicks. But I feel like Frankie may be able to get his wrestling on come Saturday and get him a solid ground and pound victory. So we'll see come Saturday. But I like the fight. I like the matchup. I just wish it was with another legend. But
yeah.
I don't think Frankie would
Well,
want to go out soft, though, bro.
Maybe
yeah,
he,
but not soft. But you're telling me a Dominic Cruz fight would be a soft fight or something like that? I feel like that's more,
Dominic Cruz
like that
injured,
makes
though?
more.
that'd be a
We'll
lot.
make
And
him
he's
one.
on knockout protocol, I think.
Yeah,
That'd be
maybe,
fun.
but
Plus,
Either
it's in
way.
New York at MSG, bro. Like I
Maybe,
mean, there's not really a
maybe-
better place for him to go out.
Maybe
That's
he seeks
true,
alternative and starts doing some bare knuckle after this, man. You never know.
Yeah, bring him over.
Hey, dude. Fucking, I mean, look, with all this stuff that Mike Perry's doing and all that shit, who knows? But all right, before I let you get out of here, man, so we've got this segment that we love to do that a lot of times pertains to the pro wrestling end of things. We call it locker room etiquette that usually goes around. We've gotten everything from wash your balls to keep your baby mama out the locker room, bring your own wrist tape, bring your own squirt bottle, all kinds of other dumb shit. But we've also kind of flipped that when it comes to the fighter side of things. So when it comes to fight week, fight camp, all that good stuff, are there any pet peeves, any pre-fight rituals, or any kind of shit that you do during fight camp?
No, I mean, I think maybe grow my hair out. I don't usually cut my hair. I let it grow. That's when guys know that I'm close to fighting. Well, for MMA, I would shave my whole body. But
Makes sense.
But no, not really. I'm just going through it, cruising. If it's fight day, everybody's asking like, "What? Are you fighting or what?" Because I'm chilling in the stands, cruising around until it's fight time. So no, not too much.
yeah,
I like it because I was all sitting in the corner pissed off and shit.
Yeah, no, I'm out hanging out with my son, playing with him, cruising with the fans, and just chilling like I'm enjoying the fights. Yeah.
I like it. Well, before we get you out of here, man, like we said, you're getting ready to fight November 19th, BYB Extreme. You know, for anybody who's on the fence about watching this or looking into watching it, tell us what they can expect on the 19th and how you see this fight ending up.
They can expect pure legal violence. That's what they can expect. Just a real scrap. Nothing but action. That's all I can say.
Hey, man, that's all you need to say. That means it's going to be fun,
That
dude.
talks him right
He
in.
said he's about that action. About that action. You know who else is about that action? G3 payroll and tax. Make sure you get your money together. I know all you motherfuckers got to get your taxes out. Well, guess what? G3 payroll and tax will get you together. Tell them Knockouts and 3 Counts sent you. And come the 19th, we're going to see if Toby Too Quick is going to get in, get out, get his money out quick with a quick knockout on the 19th. Dude, I appreciate the time. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media and where they can check out the fight.
For social media, Instagram, you can follow me on Toby Too Quick, Facebook, Toby Misech. The fight will be, I believe, streamed on. I need to go look that up. Actually,
I think it's
I
on
don't-
YouTube.
Well,
I heard they went
No,
with
they
something
signed it.
else.
Yeah, they
Yes.
signed a little
Stadium
agreement.
app,
Yeah,
Stadium app or
yeah.
something. I know it's
Stadium
free
TV?
as well. I need to
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I need to go find out that.
Yeah, I know last time you had mentioned the London event, I tried to tune in and the app wasn't working for me. So come on.
I tuned in. It worked for me.
All right, so
I had my eyes on set.
hopefully
like
this
it,
time
dude.
around we have some better success on this end.
Yeah.
Great success. Dude, hell yeah. I'm looking forward to the 19th, man. And hey, all of you guys here in the Michigan area, November 12th, come out, Lights Out MMA. Kenny Cross is coming out looking like The Rock with some tiger print looking shirt. You'll have to come check out the fights and see what I'm going to be rocking cage side. Hopefully somebody don't splatter their shit all over my shirt. Until next time in the in-between time, hit that subscribe button, share it, tell a friend. Peace. Get you something at Michigan's finest.